Hey, how's it going, guys? Let's check out some more Reddit. Am I the asshole? Let's go! Am I the asshole for pressuring my stay-at-home partner to get a job because I'm tired of being the sole breadwinner? Hi everyone, I'm looking for some advice on a situation that's causing a lot of stress in my relationship. I, 31 male, have been in a relationship with my partner, Emma, 30 female, for 4 years. We've been living together for the past 2 years. Emma decided to leave her job about a year ago to focus on managing the household and taking care of some personal projects. Initially, I was supportive of her decision, and we agreed that this would be a temporary arrangement while she figured out what she wanted to do next. However, it's been almost a year now, and Emma hasn't taken any concrete steps toward finding a new job or pursuing her career goals. I've been the sole breadwinner during this time, and while I'm grateful for the support she provides at home, I'm starting to feel overwhelmed. Financially, it's becoming a strain, and I'm also feeling frustrated that Emma isn't actively seeking employment or contributing to the household income. I've tried to discuss this with Emma several times, and she promised to start job hunting, but nothing has changed. Recently, I gave her an ultimatum: either start looking for a job within the next 2 months, or I'll need to reconsider our living situation. Emma is upset and feels that I'm being unfair. She said that she's been focusing on personal development, and the pressure to find a job is causing her anxiety. She believes that I'm not considering her feelings and the effort she puts into managing the home. Some of my friends think I'm being reasonable and that it's important for both partners to contribute to the household in some way. Others feel like I'm being too harsh and not respecting Emma's current situation and mental health. Am I the asshole? Well, okay, she's 30 years old right now, and I'm not gonna knock her for not knowing what she wants to do in life. I feel like a lot of us don't really know what we want to do in life. I feel like it's important to be financially stable first before you decide to pursue your dreams and whatnot. My point is that you should probably have a little bit of a safety net when you want to pursue what you want to do. You gave her a whole year to figure out what she wanted, and she still hasn't figured out what she wanted. Wouldn't it be nice if we could all just take a year off just to figure out what exactly we want to do in life? That would be nice, but in reality, we can't do that. We got to make money, we got to sustain ourselves somehow, we got to keep the lights on in our house. And I understand you have anxiety and stuff. Mental health is no joke, and you should, get yourself straightened out and fix that first before you do anything else, probably. But I understand where OP's coming from. It's very hard to sustain a house being the sole breadwinner. Just one person, it's not like back in the 60s, the 50s, even the 70s or 80s. One person's income can't support a house, much less an apartment. One person can't really afford an apartment right now, and that fucking sucks. I think I looked up recently, studio apartments in my area are going for $900, almost $1,000. That's just for rent. That doesn't even include utilities or anything. That's crazy. So I understand the ultimatum. Yeah, either get a job or we're gonna have to figure something else out. And while I do empathize with your partner, figuring out what you want to do in life could take some time to figure out. But at the same time, you guys are both adults. You gave her a whole year, and money's tight. You're gonna need to survive somehow. So I understand giving her the ultimatum. So all in all, OP, you not the asshole. All right, moving on. Am I the asshole for refusing to share my meal with my brother? Let's find out. For some context, my mom often sleeps in late, so most mornings I take care of my younger brother's breakfast. I usually share my meal with him or just give him some of the food I've already prepared. I'm currently trying to lose weight, so I tend to eat a big breakfast and then either skip meals for the rest of the day or have something very light later on. Something I've also tried, but I have my own qualms with weight loss and food and whatnot. Today I woke up much later than usual, and my mom already had gotten up and made breakfast for my brother. I decided to make myself some cheese naan. I've never had that. But even though my brother had already eaten, he asked for some. I refused to share this time because he already had been fed, unlike most mornings. That's when my mom started getting really upset. She began fat shaming. What the fuck? She began fat shaming me, calling me names like whale and elephant. Jesus Christ, this is your mom talking? And mocked how I eat, which is ironic since she and I weigh the same and I'm slightly taller than her. This all happened in front of my brother, which I think sets a terrible example, a very terrible example. Teaching him that it's okay to make fun of someone's weight. I don't have beef with my 7-year-old brother, but I feel like my mom overreacted. She for sure overreacted, and her comments were immature and hurtful. They dude, this is like your actual bio mom? This is weird. I mean, it's not so uncommon. I've heard stories and friends who had abusive parents, and not physically abusive, but, you know, shaming them verbally and whatnot. So I have known people with experience like this. Just reading this story, man, I feel bad. I mean, I know for me, like, I've been a bigger person my whole life. Like, my weight's been like up and down, weight loss, weight gain, all this stuff. I guess they call it like yo-yo dieting. And just growing up, like, I've heard a lot of fat comments. I've heard a lot of fat shaming. It's something I've grown up with. Hearing it nowadays doesn't really bother me as much, since I was just so accustomed to it, right? But never by my own mom. My mom has never called me fat or fat shamed me. I don't know what the hell your mom is doing here. I mean, you and your mom weigh the same. I'm just saying maybe she shouldn't be talking shit, calling the kettle black and all that stuff, you know? And yes, she is setting a very, very bad example for your little brother. I mean, but this story is pretty easy to figure out. Like, okay, your little brother already eaten, so now it's your turn. He wanted some and you said no because he already ate. Understandable, and I don't know what your mom is going off about. I mean, she made him food. She knows your little brother ate already. Anyways, not the asshole. Am I the asshole for leaving my sick fiance at home in order to attend a work-related lunch? My fiance was sick with the flu or something. She had high fever and body aches. She had taken some meds but was still in bed, and I left to go to a lunch organized by a work associate and 2 regional managers. The lunch had no business objective other than to socialize. I've been trying to change positions, and I thought the lunch would be a great opportunity to do networking. I was away for 4 or 5 hours, and my fiance says that I was inconsiderate for leaving her sick and alone, and many friends agree with her. Additional info, this was the sickest she's ever been since I met her. Was I the asshole? Since I met her. So, you've been together for how? It doesn't really say how long you guys been together, but fiance, so I'm assuming, 4 years probably? I feel like I can see both sides of this situation. On one hand, yes, you can use this lunch to like show your worth in the company or whatever, and yeah, do some networking. It'll be good for you, but at the same time, it's not a mandated lunch, and it's not really going to be business oriented. It's just a lunch with colleagues. And at the same time, I can see your fiance, like you said, this is the sickest she's ever been. She has a fever and body aches and whatnot. And I mean, if that was me, I wouldn't want to be left alone. So I can definitely see her side of this as well. Plus, there's no guarantee that this single lunch is going to progress you in the company. I mean, like, I guess you could have used this lunch to, like, I don't know, like work your way up in the company or something like that. But I'm pretty sure it's not going to launch your career. So I'm gonna lean towards you being kind of an asshole here. I understand your reasons, and yeah, this lunch could potentially benefit you, maybe. But if it was me, I'm gonna stay home and take care of my fiance. Okay, going and reading some of these comments, people are saying that she's an adult, she can take care of herself. I get it. Yeah, she's an adult, she can take care of herself, sure. But she's your fiance, she's sick, she wants you there. This lunch isn't mandated, it's just to socialize. It's not gonna be a career-ending move if you don't go to this lunch. So again, I'm gonna stay home, take care of my fiance. So yeah, I'm still saying you're the asshole. Am I the asshole for telling someone I'm not interested in them in a romantic way? So I, 19, and B got a message from a guy, 20, male, on a dating app. We chatted for one day and ended up messaging on Snapchat, and then ended up playing video games with each other on the PlayStation for the rest of the night. The entire time we were talking, he constantly kept asking if I was okay when I didn't reply straight away. Example, 2 minutes. Oh, okay. So he's coming on a little strong, I see. I replied with I'm fine and asked him to stop asking, and then he proceeded to ask if he had upset me, and it got really annoying to the point where it just put me off. Okay, well, I can see where that would kind of be annoying, yeah. He also kept asking me for pictures of myself randomly. Not anything weird, just selfies, but I found it strange, and he kept talking about all the things we should do together, like 50 different trips we should do in the near future, and I found it weird and forward because I had only been speaking to him for a day. Yeah, that's pretty forward. Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, he's definitely coming on a bit strong here. We just need to reel it back a little bit. Anyway, the next day I told him that I didn't think I was into this romantically, but that I enjoyed playing video games and would like to keep doing that if he wanted to. He replied and kept asking me why and said he was confused that I seemed interested the night before. He then asked if I had met anyone new and if that was why, and that he was hurt that I wasn't interested in him. I replied and said that I hadn't met anyone new and understood why he would be hurt, but it had only been a day and I didn't want to lead him on, so I told him now. I mentioned that he came on a bit too strong and I wasn't feeling it, and I apologized. He then asked how he came on too strong. You didn't know? I told him about the constantly asking me for photos and planning stuff, and when he would constantly ask if he was bothering me. I said I couldn't help how I felt and I didn't want to lead him on. After that, he replied with this word for word. It's called compliments, and I like selfies. It's normal. Fucking hell, I give up. I try to be nice, and this is what happens. No wonder you're still single. Wow. I mean, you're still single too, man, and I think we can see why. Anyways, I told him that there was no need to be rude and that not everyone that you talk to will like you, and I said that I wish him well in the future. He didn't reply for a good 10 minutes after that, so I blocked him. Anyways, about 7 hours later, he sends me a message on my PlayStation and says, "Thanks for using me." Fuck off, dude. So anyways, that's everything that went on. I thought I was being nice by telling him before he could get too attached that I wasn't feeling it, but he thinks that I used him, but it only had been a day, so I don't understand. Anyways, am I the asshole for telling this guy that I wasn't interested in him? Yeah, okay, context is everything. You guys only knew each other for a day. This guy got super attached to you. So attached that he was already asking for photos and he was planning future trips that you guys could take. He only knew you for like a couple of hours. It's only been a day. I mean, straight up, you guys knew each other for a day and this guy's already planning his whole life with you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not the only one this guy's done this to. Maybe it worked for him in the past, but the fact that you called him out on it and now he's mad that he didn't get his selfies and potential girlfriend and stuff like that, but nah, I'm on your side completely. He came on way too strong. I mean, hopefully this situation doesn't put you off dating or anything, and good on you for being like very direct in what you wanted and also calling him out on his creepiness, because yeah, for sure this guy was being creepy as hell. I mean, this guy is saying that you used him and everything, but like used him for what? You guys were just chatting and playing video games. This guy is definitely being a weirdo, but UOP, I'm gonna go ahead and say, not the asshole. Am I the asshole for wearing a sports bra outside when I greeted my husband? Ooh. Today, I worked multiple hours cleaning the house. I became overheated, so I wore my sports bra without a shirt. This is a completely normal thing for me. I saw my husband pull into the driveway. With baby in hand, I excitedly came out to greet him. He immediately told me to get back in the house, then explained how some dude, our neighbor, was sexualizing me and staring at me. The guy was literally walking his dog and glanced over and continued about his business. My husband said that I need to wear a shirt when I'm outside, that I'm being disrespectful towards him. For context, I was wearing a modest crop top bra and maternity biker shorts that cover 90% of my torso. I don't know what that is. Let me look that up, actually. Oh, alright. Seriously, this is what you're complaining about? You are pretty much covered up. Like, you can walk into the grocery store like this. You're completely fine. I mean, honestly, there's people who go out in public that wear less. I mean, it is pretty much like a red flag to control what your partner wears. And it's not like you came out like in a bikini or anything, or like your underwear. No, you came out in a modest crop top and biker shorts or whatever. You are completely fine. I mean, maybe your husband is just insecure because you're so attractive that he doesn't want to show you off to anyone. But it's crazy to say, get back in the house. That's the crazy part. So yeah, that's a pretty big red flag that you guys should probably work on. But I'm going to go ahead and say UOP, not the asshole. Well, that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode of Reddit, Am I the Asshole? What are y'all's thoughts and opinions on these stories? Whether you agree or disagree with me, let me know down in the comments below. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Later.